Hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome to SSLC's Pathway webinar series. My name is Ilyas, and I'm the Pathway Program Manager here at SSLC, joining you live from Vancouver. I hope everyone is doing well and staying safe. Today, we have our Pathway partner, Georgian College, and we have Mustafa representing the college today. Hi, Mustafa. How are you?
Good, Ilyas. How are you?
Good, thanks. Thank you for joining our webinar. It's a pleasure to have you here. I know that it's a bit late there. It's about 9:04 there, but thank you for making your time available for us. Thank you. So today we'll be talking about Georgian colleges programs, admission requirements, and how you can easily transition from SSLC's Pathway program, which is EPE, to Georgian College. So, Mustafa, why don't you quickly introduce yourself? Let's get to know you first and tell us about yourself a little bit. How long have you been with the college, etc., and then we'll go ahead with your presentation, and then I'll be asking you some questions in the end or during your presentation, and we can get some questions from our audience. We can invite them live on the stage, or they can just simply ask their questions on the chat box on the right-hand side of the screen. So go ahead, please.
Sure. Thanks for everyone joining tonight. So it's a pleasure to be here. So we lost the sense of time anyway, so it doesn't matter, 9 p.m., 8 a.m. in the morning. But yeah, so my name is Mustafa Aydin, and so I have been working for Georgian College as a regional marketing manager for 4 years now. It's almost 5 years now. I have been in the education sector in different positions, in the private sector, as a recruiting agency since 2006, I would say. So I was a student as well, like all the friends here. They are looking for options out there, and they're looking for the best options. So thank God they got a very a leading language school representative here, you yourself. And Thank you. I'm not going to be humble about Georgian College. So it's a fantastic college. It's one of those 24 public colleges in Ontario. And if I say that those 24 colleges are extremely good and offer high quality of education. So that's what we are proud of, the Ontario education system here. Mm-hmm. And of course, the public institutes, as you know, they have to be comprehensive. They cannot offer a couple of programs only. They have to offer a lot of programs because they serve for their communities as well, more than international students. At Georgian College, we have 13,000 students, and only 3,600 of those students are international. So we still have pretty much over 70% Canadian population. The reason why, because the Georgian College is the only college in the northern central Ontario. So central Ontario begins with Toronto, and ends at BARRIE, basically. So this is how it goes. And we are the only college that's why all surrounding communities and the students from those surrounding communities, they have to study kind of at Georgian College. So that's where we are very proud. And as you know, all 24 Ontario colleges were established in 1967. So only Centennial was on 1966. So, and pretty much they are on the same age, same educational quality. Georgian College is one of them, but I'm gonna mention a couple of points that Georgian College has, but not all other colleges have. And yeah, so it's pretty much it. Summary of my background, my LinkedIn profile.
Great. Yeah, it's great to know more about you. And again, thank you for being here tonight with us. You just mentioned that there are many other colleges in Ontario, and that's why most of the students usually choose the Toronto option, because we also have, obviously, we have a campus in Toronto as well, and students look for, when they look for post-secondary options, obviously Toronto is a bit better than Vancouver when it comes to options there. So thank you for the a great introduction there. So why don't we start with your PowerPoint, and then
Sure.
let's get to know more about Georgian and what kind of programs Georgian offers, and how our students can apply and study there.
Sure.
Here we go.
Can everybody see? Can you see, Ilya?
Yep.
Okay. So
Looking great.
yeah. Basically, I'm just going to cover the basics about Georgian College. The motto of the school is accelerate your future, accelerate your success. So we're just going to come to the point where Georgian College jumps in when it comes to accelerating a success. As I mentioned, Georgian College was established in 1967, and it is very well known. As I said, we're not going to be humble about that because we are the #1 co-op college. We're going to provide some details about co-op, what co-op is and how it works. But so Georgian College has been the #1 co-op college in Ontario and in Canada as well. And now we are #2 in Canada at the moment. And Georgian College has got 7 campuses. And so in the Simcoe region is a big region actually. And our main campus, most of the students will end up studying at our main campus, which is the BARRIE campus. BARRIE is a city, is very close to Toronto. And as I mentioned, every campus offers an educational experience in a unique Canadian settings. Here is the map that shows where Toronto is, where BARRIE is. So as you can see, between 2 cities, we're talking about an hour drive. And if you decide to take the train, there is a commuter train, and it takes 1.5 hours because it stops everywhere basically. And this is how close we are to Toronto. And BARRIE as a city is called Toronto's playground. So it means that Torontonian people, they always, when it comes to long weekends, they always say that we are going up north. We are going up north. They are talking about BARRIE. They are talking about Muskoka. They're talking about South Georgian Bay. So commuter trains that we have in Ontario. So people who live in other cities, they take the commuter trains to come to Toronto to work. Now, many people, you'll be surprised actually. So how many people, they don't live in Toronto actually, but they come to Toronto to work. And BARRIE is the last stop for the commuter train to the north. So here is from the bird's eye, a city of BARRIE, a piece of it. And the piece that I love the most, actually. So it's having a public beach is not a luxury in BARRIE. We have a lot, and this is one side of BARRIE, which is the bay. So you see the BARRIE downtown, and Georgian College is a little bit up north. We're talking about 10 minutes, by the way, by bus. Here's a little video about BARRIE. So yes, it was a very small introduction of the city of BARRIE. I lived in Toronto for 14 years, and I love that city, seriously. So I kind of grew up there. And but so when I moved to BARRIE to take this job at Georgian College, I was quite hesitant because I didn't know how I was going to like the city or not. But to be honest, the city is absolutely beautiful, especially for young people. They can concentrate more. There are less distractions, and whatever they get, other than NBA games and hockey games maybe. So they have it here. And we are, as I told you, BARRIE is important because it's surrounded by the beautiful places. So where all Torontonians would like to go. One of them is the Switzerland of Ontario. It's the Blue Mountains, fantastic resorts. People have a lot of fun, kayaking, everything that they do, skiing and skateboarding here. And this is how Blue Mountains would look like in winter. And this is how it looks like in summer. So every season there's a fun in Blue Mountains. And we have a South Georgian Bay campus in the city of Collingwood where Blue Mountains is. It's a big campus actually. Nice. So we got the Muskoka. Basically, Blue Mountains is 45 minutes away from BARRIE. Muskoka is 1 hour from BARRIE. It's a natural beauty. It's lots of resorts, lots of outdoor activities here. And we have WASAGA Beach, that most of the Torontonian students would go as an activity, as probably you have the same activity as well. This is the largest water shore in the world, like 4 kilometers long. It's very, very big, very, very long. And it's 25 minutes away from BARRIE. And we have the Bruce Peninsula, the place that has got the cleanest water on earth, that's certified. And it's 1.5 hours from BARRIE. And we have the Algonquin Park, like all the students go on an activity and excursion and they stay overnight actually. It's kind of a camping. It's a national park, it's a natural beauty. So you get to take, priceless photos like this when you're at Algonquin. It's 1 hour from BARRIE again. We got the Niagara Falls, 1.5 hours from BARRIE. And finally, the city of Toronto, it's 1 hour from BARRIE. So what I try to say is, it's actually students are surrounded by nice places and they can go anywhere they want. They're not going to a very small suburb that they will feel so lonely away from the city life. So they pretty much got everything around them from south to east, from west to east. So a little bit about introduction about Georgian College and how Georgian College actually puts the innovation in front of everything. A small video again.
Are you ready to experience Georgian? Let's go. As a Georgian student, you'll want to be here. Georgian is a transformative experience that'll connect you to the skills you need, the mindset to succeed, and the confidence to thrive. At Canada's first and only Changemaker College, you'll be part of an inclusive community with a passion for social innovation, change-making, and bringing ideas to life. Students who excel at Georgian will appreciate small class sizes, connecting with faculty committed to your success, and will love living in a 4-season playground. Explore an entrepreneurial mindset, connect with state-of-the-art technology, experience real-world learning from industry leaders, and make lifelong connections as part of a team. As a Georgian graduate, you will be fully connected to your potential, your peers, your industry, and the world. If this sounds like you, then you are ready. Experience Georgian and accelerate your success.
Yes, so it was a small introduction about the school. And so let's talk about the academic areas and programs. Sure. There are a lot, that's why I couldn't list all of them down. But basically the major academic areas, we can say the business and management, pretty much all types of business programs, from 2-year diploma programs to 3-year advanced diploma program, and finally 4-year bachelor degree program. So we have 3 bachelor degree programs, and one of them is Bachelor of Golf Management, because BARRIE is very well known by Torontonians as the heaven for, as a paradise actually for golfing. So that's why we have the Bachelor of Golf Management program even. So we have the computer studies, so the basically programming, networking, system security, and all kind of computer-related programs, big data analytics, and at a graduate certificate level. We have the community and safety programs, mostly taught in our Aurelia campus. So that's we are talking about a Bachelor of Police Academy, Police Studies, to all community safety related programs like investigation and safety programs and all kind of diploma and advanced diploma programs.
Are international students able to join such programs like police studies?
Yes. So even if the seats are very limited, lots of competition. So because if they have 20 seats, they give 3 seats to international students because there's a huge local demand. So they have to kind of help their communities first and have to accept their students first. Then after that, available spots will be open to international students. But yes, the case by case, we always approach the registrar office to ask for the seats. And finally, we have the design and visual arts programs, like from graphic design to interior design, bachelor degree, by the way, Bachelor of Interior Design. And finally, we have a lot engineering and environmental technological programs from architectural studies to electrical engineering, then mechanical engineering and marine engineering. Actually, it's Georgian College is one of the best schools, considered the best schools when it comes to marine engineering and navigations. And finally, we have health and wellness programs, hard to get in because there are limited seats for international and they are so picky. So they accept the best ones, basically, but not for all health-related programs. But we are talking about nursing programs, a diploma and bachelor level, Bachelor of Nursing at York University. So we have 2+2 with them. Students study 2 years at Georgian College, and they continue their studies 2 more years at University of York University in Toronto. So they complete the Bachelor of Nursing program. So we have a fantastic. So that's because many of our campuses are located in the region of Simcoe. So we kind of have to provide the best hospitality and tourism programs. The reason why all of those photos that I showed so far, there are hundreds of thousands of resorts there, like very, very good quality of hotels and resorts there. So that's why those resorts need qualified people, qualified graduates. So that's why we have to have good hospitality programs. It's one of the best at Georgian College, I can tell you. And human services programs that we have, social worker, the early childhood education, a lot of programs under human services. We have the liberal arts, like everybody knows, the general arts, the language studies at Georgian College is a liberal arts program. Skilled trades are not for international students usually. It is for kind of 1-year certificate programs for students who would like to specialize on something that doesn't require a degree. I would say that if you want to be a carpenter, you don't have to have a bachelor's degree in Canada. You make a good money, but your training session is like 1 year certificate. Or if you want to be a firefighter, we have a firefighter program. So you take a 1-year firefighter training and you become a firefighter. And finally, we have the marine studies, as I mentioned before, as a marine engineering, navigation programs and all, a very top-notch and high-quality programs. So many of the students, they are not very familiar with the Canadian education system. So because most of them, including myself and you too, we are coming from an education system that actually doesn't recognize college education much. Because the college programs are not like, everything starts with bachelor. When we say post-secondary, after high school, everything in many countries in the world, it starts with bachelor. Then after that, a country graduates like 2-3 million bachelor degree holders every year. And like more than half of them, they face unemployment. So, and in Canada, things are a little bit different because in Canada, if you want to be a computer programmer, so the traditional way in other countries is that, so you go and you study 4 years of Bachelor of Computer Science degree. Then after that, they teach you hardware, software, they teach you networks, and they teach you a database. They teach you everything, basically. In the end of the 4th year, they said, what do you want to be? I want to be a computer programmer. So in Canada, you don't have to go for the bachelor degree for 4 years if you want to be a computer programmer. You just take 2 years of computer programmer college diploma program, and you are there. And there are advanced diploma programs. It's about the licensing. If you study 3 years instead of 2 years, so and you get better license privileges. When it comes to engineering program, it matters the most. And that's the only difference. And we finally have 4 years bachelor degree program. So we have Georgian College runs 10 bachelor degree programs. And on the top of that, we have the university pathway programs.
So, sorry to interrupt you here. It's great that you have a slide about this, because most of our international students, as you just mentioned, they don't know the difference between college education and university education in Canada. But as you just discussed and mentioned, you can actually study at Georgian College and get a 4-year degree, which is equivalent to a 4-year university degree, right?
Sure, same.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are, as you know, in order for a school to offer a bachelor degree, they have to meet bachelor degree standards. So offering an undergraduate degree is not easy in Canada. So it requires a lot of signatures, a lot of approvals, a lot of quality assurance checks. So it is not an easy process, I can assure you. So that's why whatever you get as a bachelor degree from a college, it is the same recognition of the degree that you get from a university. There is no difference. So the question is, can I do my master's? Can I apply for a master program after I graduate from Georgian College's bachelor programs? Absolutely.
Great.
Yeah. And finally, we have the postgraduate certificate programs. They are also called grad certificates. In BC, if a program is like 2 years, they kind of like to call that program as diploma. In Ontario, it's the kind of provisional, a little bit provisional difference, I guess. So whatever it is, whatever the length of the program, we call it certificate. So for us, diploma is a kind of degree, like master is a diploma. You know what I mean? So because it's a degree. So that's why people sometimes they think that when we say certificate, we're talking about the short-term, low-quality programs. But these postgraduate certificate programs are for those who really want to specialize on something, and that will help them find better careers in Canada. Another example, for example, you graduated from a Bachelor of Computer Science, and now you want to specialize on something. So students choose postgraduate certificate programs because they can't afford master programs, because limited seats, highly expensive in Canada and all around the world. And it's really the master programs have really high entry requirements. It's not for every student. So, but they want to specialize on something. So the traditional way in Canada, so what you do, if you know what you want to specialize on, and if there is a postgraduate program, for that specialization area, you go for the postgraduate programs. You don't bother going for the masters. Masters are for students who really would like to focus on the academic specialization more than the practical one. So just one example, you're a graduate, computer science, and now you would like to specialize on cybersecurity, very popular, well-paid job category, right? So the traditional way that we would do, we apply for a Master of Computer Science program. We look for a thesis professor whose specialization area is cybersecurity, and then apply for that program, and then go into a very tough selection process. And if you're lucky, we get it, and we pay pretty much like $30,000 to $35,000 average in Canada. So people don't need to do that in Canada because there is a information system security, cyber security kind of postgraduate programs. They are totally focused on that specific area. So instead of going for masters, they can go for the postgraduate certificate programs. They do their specialization. They're good to go.
So we can say that postgraduate certificates are more hands-on, practical programs. They teach practical skills, and they actually help you get you the job out there.
That's exactly the idea. So instead of studying 2 years and spending a lot of money on masters just because you want to specialize on something, so if you have the postgraduate program available, just go for it. That's how Canadian students, Canadian university graduates think. So this is how they see the education system, because it's so flexible. And that's why we always tell students, if you want to specialize on something, you need to, if you want to find good jobs in Canada. So you need to specialize on something, right? And that's the one great chance. And second good thing about postgraduate programs, so most of the students, they would like to change their careers. So for example, they kind of study English literature, right? In the beginning, Shakespeare, Hemingway was very, very excited. But then after that, and they graduated and they kind of got bored, during their education. And after they graduate, there are really very limited job opportunities out there for those students. And now they choose a event management postgraduate program. So they study 8 months, like 2 semesters. And then after that, they graduated now. And they hold a certificate, event manager certificate, right? And now they get to call themselves event managers. So
there you go.
What happened to the previous degree? It's forgotten. So now you're an event manager. Whatever you want to be, you can actually have the second career by taking the postgraduate certificate programs. That's the beauty of it.
And this is the case for even local students, even Canadians here. They study something, but they get bored of it, and then obviously they go back to the college and then study something else, do a postgrad degree or certificate or diploma, and then after a year or two, they can completely change their jobs, and they can do whatever they want after that. So that's the way to change your career, I would say. We have a quick question here from Yoko. She's asking if Georgian College offers associate degree.
Associate degrees in Canada, associate degrees is the term that is used in the United States. So basically, they are all under undergrad, non-university undergraduate programs. So we have diplomas in Canada. They are the associate degrees. So the idea that they use associate degrees in the United States, it means that if you study 2-year associated degree program in the US, you can transfer your credit towards a bachelor's degree. So, and that transition is very easy. And same in Canada. So people, they study 2-year diplomas. Then after that, they transfer their credits towards any bachelor degrees. But if we have the agreement with that university, which we have 850 agreements so far on program-based agreements, so they will have the guaranteed credit exemptions. So, which is a good one. And we have many 2+2s. 2 years, you study 2 years at Georgian College, study 2 more years at X university, you complete your bachelor's degree. Same mentality, same in the United States.
What Yoko was referring to as, because we have here in Canada, associate degrees as general arts and science studies or university transfer programs. So do you have, like, specifically, is it called university transfer program, where students do first and second year courses, and then once they complete it, they have an associate degree or a diploma, and then they can easily transfer to any post-secondary institutions, either in Ontario or even in BC?
Yep. This is how the system works. You study 2 years, a diploma program, and you would like to check your options out there. If you're an international student, after studying 2-year diploma program, you will get 3 years of postgraduate work permit. Most of the students, they try their chances if they're happy with their living standards and the salary standards and all. So they just keep up and continue working. Some students say that, you know what, I may go back to my country. And if I go back to my country with a 2-year diploma, it may not be recognized as like a bachelor's degree. I would like to complete my bachelor's degree. They're good to go. So they apply their credits. And when they apply to a university, they apply to a credit transfer. And that university that they are trying to get into will accept the first 2 years, depending on the university, of course, will accept 2 years as the associated degree. And they will allow them to start on the 3rd year. That's how our 850 transfer agreements work.
Great. Thank you so much. I guess that answers Yoko's question, and we can continue with the presentation.
Okay, so on the top of our bachelor programs, we have 9. and Lakehead University and Georgian College. So they share, two campuses are next to each other, basically in a city called Aurelia. So Lakehead University is actually in Thunder Bay. It's a very well-known university with their engineering programs, very high quality. And they are one of those few universities in Canada that offer co-op. So it's very rare. You don't see co-op because, university's mission is the theory. The colleges focus on the practical skills, right? So that's why we have co-ops. That's why universities don't. But Lakehead University is a little bit different. So 2 universities came up with a joint curriculum for 4 programs. We are talking about 4-year bachelor degree programs. But in the end of each program, students will get 2 different diplomas. For example, Bachelor of Electrical Engineering degree program. So the Lakehead University, in the end of the education, they issue the Bachelor of Electrical Engineering program, and Georgian College gives students the Electrical Engineering Technology Advanced Diploma. In many cases in Ontario, college students, when it comes to engineering, they have a little bit more privilege than the bachelor degree holders. It's ironic, but that is the case because they are believed to coming from an environment where there's a technical and practical skills. And so that's why they choose college graduates over university graduates sometimes, and most of the time actually. So that's why those schools, they came together and came up with this 4 programs. So we have the Bachelor of Honors Arts and Science program. Environmental sustainability is a very, very, very popular programs. As you know, that the global warming and all, they need more qualified graduates. We have the Bachelor of Science in Applied Life Sciences. Basically, if a student would like to be a doctor in Canada, or they would like to be a dentist. So as you know, they need to take a bachelor program before they go for specialization. So that bachelor program either has to be in biology, or it has to be in the applied life sciences. So that program, if to answer a question, that program meets the requirements of those universities like University of Toronto, Queen's University. They are considered that program as a good quality program to meet their requirements for a bachelor degree before the med school. So if any of the students joining us today, if they're planning to go for it, that's the best program. And finally, we have a Bachelor of Science in Computer Science with Lakehead University again, and the students, again, they get computer programming diploma from us. So it's a great opportunity, and students who would like to consider further education, a bachelor degree. So, and we were talking about what's going to happen if I take a diploma program. So we are there. We have over 800 transfer articulation agreements with 81 institutions in Canada and around the world. We have an agreement with the UK universities, Irish universities. We have agreement with the US universities, some Australian universities, but mostly, of course, we have agreement with Canadian universities. So basically, they give credit exemptions to our diploma graduate students. So if you really want to complete your studies here, the ideal way to go is like what Canadians would do, to just go to college first. Then after that, if you're really sure that you would like to go for the bachelor degree, have your credits transferred towards the bachelor degree program that you intend to go. So that's exactly what happens. We have a solution. We have 800, it's actually 850 now, programs that we can offer, transfer programs. Co-op, that's the magic word. So the co-op means cooperative education. So that simply means that it is a kind of system where you learn whatever you learn in the classroom environment, you have to practice those skills, those theoretical skills in the real workplace. So co-op is not a wish at Georgian College. Co-op is mandatory, which means that if your program comes with co-op, and almost 65 to 70% of our programs come with mandatory co-op, it means that you have to complete the co-op semester. This is how it goes. You take business, first semester, second semester, you're in a class. Then the third semester, you have a 3.5 months mandatory co-op that you have to take. So it's based on your
So program. It's part of their education.
It is part of the education. It is something that we don't waive, and it cannot be waived. There are some programs that don't have co-ops, but most of the programs at Georgian College, they come with the co-op component, mandatory co-op component. Unless you cannot imagine how beneficial it is for students, because in the end, right now, all of us here, I mean, I was in that situation. People who are really passionate about academic side of the education, like they want to be a professor, so they already stay in the bachelor degrees, then masters, then PhDs. It goes like that, right? But most of us actually we study and to get better jobs, so to do what we really like to do. Exactly. This is why we are doing this education. So of course to get educated, that's one thing, but mostly to find better jobs, right? Just everybody thinks that way. And they when they go to Google and check Canada or other countries, they will find hundreds of thousands of different programs. But the most important thing is that who is offering you the real experience after you graduate.
Exactly.
That's the most important thing. So the real rule, the golden rule is this: if you haven't worked during your education, don't expect to find good jobs after your graduation. That's exactly what Georgian College does. That's why we make things mandatory for students to study co-op semesters, so they can touch base with the potential employers for the future, because they meet a company, they train him for 3.5 months.
It's a good networking opportunity for them as well.
Absolutely. So they have, if you study bachelor degree, let's say business at Georgian, you have to do 3 co-ops. It means that you will have 3 different doors to knock at after you graduate. So that's a big privilege.
And sorry to interrupt you. Do students find their own jobs, or does Georgian College help them actually place into these jobs?
Georgian College has a co-op department. It is the biggest department at Georgian College, and so they help students find jobs. And they have a system called Orbits. Basically, when you go to the Orbits, you will be able to see all the job listings. We have 6,200 partners, like companies. They actually employ students from Georgian College as an intern, as a co-op student, and then after that they graduate, of course. So, and you will see, if you're a mechanical engineering student in this system, you will see the listings, job listings of the companies that work with Georgian College closely. It's not something like monster.ca. You put your CV on, you see thousands of jobs. No, it's a very unique program. And the students go and they learn how to communicate. They learn how to have an interview and all kind of stuff. So the department helps them with everything, basically.
Great. And do they have to have like certain GPA requirements for the co-op, or can they extend their co-op term, or is it just only 1 semester?
No. So when they take co-op, if they're accepted into the program academically, so they don't need to hire academic standards to be a co-op student. But while they're doing their co-ops, it is like a semester, really. Because the employers give them a kind of scorecard as well. So that is important. Their performance is very important. So
and they make money.
I'm sorry?
And they can make money while working there.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. So while they're working as a co-op student, they make money, of course. Like some co-op companies, they offer the minimum wage, and some of them, based on their specialization, of course, some of them, like health students, they do clinical placements and they earn more money. And basically they can survive and they can save some money, and they can definitely cover their living expenses during this co-op period, and they can save some money to pay off some of our tuition. Yeah, absolutely. That's a great chance for the students. So the reason why in 1967, when the Canadian government established all these colleges, they gave special mission to Georgian College to be a co-op school. So that's why we're that strong. That's why after graduation, employment rates at Georgian College is almost 90%, which means that 90% of our graduates, they find jobs right after they graduate. It's the highest number in the country amongst the colleges, which is something that we are very proud of. And and as I told you, lots of co-op programs that makes us the #1 co-op school in Ontario.
Great.
That's the importance of co-op. So I would go for the co-op option if the program has it. Okay, so the English requirements, the academic requirements, I will make it very clear because most of the students would think that, so what kind of GPA should I have and all. And basically, if they're going for diploma programs, the school is looking for the 60% of GPA and overall, and whatever the program requires as a prerequisite subjects, let's say business, there are 2 prerequisite subjects, is mathematics, grade 12 level, and grade 12 level English. But this English part is the English literature, not English as a second language. So if in their home countries, let's say a Brazilian student, if their home country is in grade 12 levels, if they didn't take any English program, but if they took a kind of Portuguese literature, that will meet the school's requirements. So that's very important information that most of the people don't know, and students, of course, wouldn't know. So and if they're going for bachelor degree programs, so most of the bachelor degree programs, they require 70% and above overall GPA, and the same 70% on the prerequisite subjects for the program. So that's the basics of it. That's nothing to be scared of. But when it comes to English language requirements in Canada, that's a little bit of nightmare. So if you choose to go with the testing systems like TOEFL or IELTS, I would say unfortunately, but it's actually fortunately, the Canadian standards are very high comparing to US and the UK kind of countries. You can find pretty much master programs in the US with 5.5 IELTS, whereas in Canada, you cannot even make it to a diploma program at a college. So that's the one part. But so I know it's very stressful for students to prepare themselves for this crazy test. I took TOEFL. God, it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. I remember years ago. But yeah, so there are other test options as well. But there is another option right here. It is the post-secondary education program at SSLC. Basically, students, special students, and when they graduate from that program with a good marks, like 80%, and they will be able to get into any program that they want at Georgian College, except for 4 or 5 programs. And those programs are, one of them is Bachelor of Nursing program, because it is actually collaborative free, offered by Georgian and York University, and that's why York University calls the shots, and they want 7.0 IELTS. That's why a couple of programs like that, so we have to exclude them. But for all levels, special students will be able to get in after they complete the University Pathway program. So
great. So all they have to do is join our EPE program, English for Post-Secondary Education, which is an intensive 12-week program. And we offer this program in our Toronto, Vancouver, and Victoria campuses. So once they graduate with 80% from EPE, they will be satisfying Georgian College's English language requirements for most of, even including post-grad certificate programs.
Absolutely, even degrees. Degrees is hard to get in.
Yes. So it will be. So if they satisfy the academic requirements, and with our EPE certificate and our transcript, they'll be able to easily transition into Georgian College without the need of any English proficiency exams.
No, absolutely.
Or additional upgrading, let's say ESL courses at Georgian.
Yeah, no. So they don't need to take any additional course at Georgian. They don't need to take any additional test at Georgian. The beautiful thing is, we always say after you graduate from the EPE program, but before they graduate, because as you know, we have 2 different kind of application. One application is that you apply, you meet all the requirements already, you go for the final acceptance letter, right?
Mhm.
And the second one is called conditional.
Conditional
So
letter.
conditional, basically, you don't meet the conditions of the program,
Mhm,
but you're applying for the program and you get a conditional letter with which you won't be able to apply for a visa. But there is the third option. It's called the package offer. Package offer means that you apply to Sprott, and then after that, Georgian college. So you say that I have a pathway. I want to go for Sprott, and then after that, Georgian college. It is called the package offer. Then with that letter, you will be able to get conditional admission, and in this case, the condition will be the graduation from the EP program, and you will be able to apply with this letter, apply for a visa with this letter, with this package offer. So students don't have to wait to complete the program. They can apply beforehand even.
So basically, in order to get the conditional letter of acceptance from Georgian College, students first need to apply to our EP program, and then once they're accepted, we issue their LOAs, and with the EPE LOA from SSLC, we can apply to Georgian College to receive the conditional letter of acceptance. And once our students have both the letter of acceptance from SSLC and the conditional letter of acceptance from Georgian College, they're ready to apply for their study permits.
Yes, absolutely. That's correct. So it's a great chance. I mean, I can tell you, it was not available when I was.
Let's say they tried doing the IELTS or TOEFL exams, and they were not able to get the required scores, as you just explained. Let's say they couldn't get 6.0 or 6.5. Our entrance requirement to SSLC's EP program is only 5.5, so they can come in with IELTS 5.5, or they can just simply take our online entrance test and write an essay. So once they pass our requirements, our exams, they can easily enroll in our programs, in our EP program, and then from there, they can easily transition to Georgian College once they complete their 12-week intensive academic English program, which is the EP program, with 80%.
It will be actually a smart decision for those students who hold, let's say, 6.0 IELTS academic score, but the programs that they intend to go, like a postgraduate program, requires 6.5, right? So based on the IELTS curriculum, in order for students to go from 6.0 to 6.5, they really need to have an advanced education for 6 months, because it is not like from 5.5 to 5.0 to 5.5. It takes 3 months maybe. But when it comes to 6.0 to 6.5, that jump requires students to study 6 months very hard. Instead of doing that, students actually take that 12 weeks of academic course at Sprott, and they will be able to get into the college easier and faster.
And we strongly suggest students to take EP, not just because they can waive the English proficiency requirements, but because we'll give them the tools that they will need once they go to our pathway partner, in this case, let's say Georgian College, because they will need the skills to write an academic essay, how to do a research. No matter what they study in a college or university here in Canada, they'll have to take a writing intensive course or an English course, whatever discipline they study. So we will give them all the tools that they will need to succeed once they go on to a college or university. So it's really important that they actually acquire these skills prior to transferring to a college or university.
It is absolutely true, because we know 3 different streams, right, in English education. We have general English. Most of the students go to general English to learn English, how to use it in a real life. And we have the EPTs, English Proficiency Test Preparation, basically TOEFL, IELTS. Those tests, that stream actually prepares you for a testing system. Basically, you learn how to act, how to think quickly, but you are still working on a testing system. So the most of the schools accept those tests. That's fine. But when it comes to academic pathway programs, this is exactly what we have at Georgian College. Georgian College has an ESL program as well. Academic English, not test preparation, because a lot of writing, a lot of presentation, because the most of the students will be very surprised when they see the Canadian education system. You
Right.
know, most of us, we are used to have midterms and finals. Like, I mean, we got to be lazy before the midterms and and just study hard for a day and pass the midterms. That doesn't happen in Canada.
Yeah.
So before you come to midterms, you do the group projects, you do the presentation, the orientation,
Term
assignments.
papers,
They keep
essays,
you
and all that.
busy.
Yeah.
They keep you busy, and you need those skills that you will learn at Sprott EPE pathway program. Presentation skills, academic writing. It's very, very important.
Yep.
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay.
So let me talk about a little bit of costs. And so basically, this is the breakdown of all the costs that basically covers everything and all educational expenses for 8 months. 8 months is the 2 semester basically. So, and the accommodation expenses as well. And basically students would be, I mean, certificate and diploma programs are considerably cheaper than bachelor and grad certificates. If a student, they're looking at like 21,000, let's say 22,000 plus, depending on the program. Some programs are more expensive, some programs are cheaper. This is the average amount. They would spend all inclusive, basically, homestay, residence, and all. So they would spend around $22,000 on diploma programs each 8 months, and $25,000 for bachelor and graduate certificate programs. So, and it's very affordable, and that's what I see. I'm comparing to bachelor degrees and other countries' tuition fee rates. It's pretty affordable. Pretty affordable, and students get to work, as you know, while they're studying. They get to work 20 hours per week off campus. But if they find 2 jobs on campus and off campus, they're eligible to work 40 hours per week during their studies. And after their studies, during the breaks and the co-ops, they will be able to work full time anyways. So basically, whatever the cost that you see here, pretty much they get back some of that money. I would say half of it at least.
Nice.
And accommodation options, quickly, we got the homestay. There's a homestay company, Canadian Homestay Network. This is the biggest one in Canada. They help students if they want to go for a homestay. I wouldn't recommend homestays because I believe that college students should stand on their feet. Really, seriously, it's important. And homestay may not be so comfortable for a 18, 19 years old kid, who would like to do some getting socialized with people and all. So I wouldn't choose that. That's me. We have the rentals, so they have lots of condominiums, apartments and houses, the rental rooms, pretty much. So most of the students go for rentals as well. And we have around 5 residences. One on campus, Georgian residence, here with 550 bed capacity. And we have the Foundry, my favorite. It's a new establishment. It's a pretty big, and it offers en-suite washroom and shower, so you don't have to share it with anyone else. It's in your room. And we have the Georgian Green residence as well. These, we're talking about BARRIE campus only at the moment. They are around the school, by the way. There's like 2 to 3 minutes walking distance we are talking about here. So, and we have other options as well, but I didn't want to list them here. These are my favorites. And so students will have no problem, especially in our BARRIE campus. They won't have any problems with accommodation, especially residents. That's what I would choose. Lots of friendship and networking opportunities at the residences. That's what I would go for. And this is how the layout, my 2 favorite piece. This is the Georgian residence, our residence on campus. So 2 people, 2 suites, 2 rooms, locked, totally locked, so they have the privacy and all. They share 1 common area, 1 washroom, 1 shower, and 1 kitchen. So that's one model. The second model is the Foundry residence that I told you about. They have basically 4 rooms at the top, on the second floor of a townhouse, and every room has their keys, the washrooms and everything. Everybody has their privacy, and they share a common area and kitchen and all. So that's the second model.
Nice.
Basically, that's the end of it. And if I get questions, I will be happy to answer all.
Great. That was a great presentation. Thanks a lot. We learned a lot of things about Georgian College. Let me ask a few questions here, and then I think we have a few questions from our audience as well. Sometimes our students ask about scholarship opportunities. Are they available for international students? And if so, how can they apply?
Okay, so when the students ask about scholarships, they're talking about the entrance scholarships. That's the scholarship they're more interested in. So basically, they would like to get scholarships before they start the school. In the US, we see more scholarship opportunities because they raise the prices up to $50,000 US. It's easy to give 10,000 grant as a scholarship for them, but not for Georgian college kind of public schools subsidized by the government of Canada, because we already offer very low tuition and tuition rates, and that's why it is not widely available. The entrance scholarships I'm talking about. But once you start Georgian college, so then you will have 200 different scholarships, awards, and bursaries that you can apply. So some of that scholarships are merit scholarships. So you're in the dean's list, you're a very successful student, and the second time you apply for a scholarship. And so some students apply for, that's because we work very closely with the some specific sectors like automotive sector. We are the only schools that offers automotive business, both bachelor and diploma level. So we are surrounded by the headquarters of Honda. We have a BMW, we have GM all around us. So basically they're pumping money into Georgian college as a scholarship. So the Georgian college starts opening up a specific scholarship program for automotive business students, specific one for Georgian nurses. And so then program-specific scholarships are available, and some athletic scholarships are available as well after you're selected into the team. And there are, yes. And some students that I know, they start studying for free after the first semester, for free. Wow. They kept on high marks and all. That is possible, but not the entrance scholarships, unfortunately.
Okay, I see. We just had another question about the summer term, if you offer a summer term, or I know that you have 3 intakes, but not all the programs start on all the 3 intakes. So you have a fall and winter or spring,
yes,
and a summer term. But I believe you have less program offerings in the summer. Is that correct?
That's right. So we have less programs offered in summer. It's not the popular semester for many students. So, but we have for example, one of our most popular program is Big Data Analytics. It's a graduate certificate program. And basically in May, in summer intake, they can find many programs popular, like computer science, computer programmers, businesses, hospitality programs, big data, project management, on all kind of highly demanded programs are available in summer as well. But some specific programs, some programs have only 1 intake, September. Some programs, September and winter, some of them has 3 intakes.
I see. You just mentioned about the automotive engineering or specialization programs at Georgian. I know that you have great programs, but colleges sometimes specialize in, or they have more popular programs than other ones. What are Georgian's programs, like popular programs?
I would say that automotive business is a very popular program among international students.
And was that a diploma program?
We have 2-year diploma program and 4-year bachelor degree program.
Okay.
The good thing about automotive business kind of programs, because everybody's graduated from business schools, right?
Right.
So there are a lot of business graduates out there. Some of them end up being a bank teller. Some of them end up in the top of a CIBC building in Toronto, and the hotshot finance guys, one of them. And some of them, they become an assistant supervisor at McDonald's, because business doesn't necessarily take you to a specific direction. But Bachelor of Automotive Business, so you're a business graduate, but you are focused. I mean, 101 of the program is the parts of an automobile. So imagine that. So you learn the part of a car. So it's your 101. So that's why this BMW kind of companies, they choose a Bachelor of Automotive Business graduates over regular Bachelor of Business graduates. So that's one thing. Aviation management is one of the other fantastic programs that we have, because the Canadian Aviation Institute, their headquarters are based in our BARRIE campus. So that's why we offer this aviation program. It's not a pilot program. Students still fly, by the way. They learn all aspects of the program, basically. All aspects of the industry, from air traffic controller to pilot programs and all. So I would say big data analytics, all computer science programs, hospitality programs, hotel and resort management programs. They are the really, really most popular and programs that we are really good at.
I see. And do you still have programs open for the fall term? And when does your fall term start exactly?
Fall term begins in September 9, and so we still have availability for programs. Yes, not all of them. Some of them are very popular. That's why we have to close them. But so we still have availabilities for many programs.
And I believe because of the COVID-19 situation, you will continue to offer your programs online in the fall term as well.
Yeah, that's going to be online. It's a good news for students who are outside of Canada, because they can take the first semester online, and then after that, when everything gets back to normal, they come to Canada. They won't lose anything. They will still apply for the postgraduate work permit for the same duration. So it's a great chance that, thanks to Immigration Canada, they are so flexible these days. Yeah,
exactly. We have a question regarding the PGWP. We know that it's an immigration-related question. So Yuka has another question here. Post-graduation certificate is not equal to master's degree. It means they will not get max of 3 years after completed certificate if the program is less than 2 years. So Yoko, maybe as an RCIC, I can jump in. So it really depends. I mean, the law says if it's 2 years and more, you can get up to 3 years. So it's not guaranteed that you'll get 3 years of post-graduation work permit. So up to 2 years, they will mimic the length of education. If it's, let's say, 1 year, they'll give you PGWP for 1 year. Or if it's 1.5 years, they'll give you for 1.5 years. But if it's 2 years or more, you'll get up to 3 years. So it might be 2 years, it might be 2.5 years, but it might be 3 years as well. So we can't really say that it will be 3 years for sure.
There's no guarantees. Yeah, it's actually. But most of our students, this is what they do. They take two specialization programs, 2 postgraduate programs, 1 year postgraduate programs, and we have 2 year postgraduate programs as well. Global Business Management program is a 2 year program. When the students take that program, they will be able to apply for 3 years for postgraduate work permit. But if they don't do that, they take 2 specialization back to back.
One year, 1 plus 1.
Exactly, 1 plus 1. It makes up to 2 years in total, and they will have the same advantage. They will be able to apply for 3 year work permits by doing that.
Great. And yeah, since Georgian College is a public college, they have the ability to apply for PGWP once they graduate. And when they're studying, of course, they can work part-time off campus, as you just mentioned. And during their scheduled breaks, they'll be able to work full-time, which is 40 hours in Canada. And I believe, how much was the minimum wage in Ontario right now? I think it's more than 15 now.
14.50.
How much?
14.50.
14.50. Okay.
It has
BC
gone up.
just raised it just 2 days ago to 14.50 as well, I think.
Nice.
Just this month. Yeah.
Great news for students. We were not that lucky. Believe me, when I was a student in Canada, no pathway programs. You had to deal with TOEFL, and then in the end, we didn't have this. Like, minimum wage was fair at that time, but right now it's great.
Yeah, exactly. It was great to have you here today.
Thank you. Same
It
here.
was a pleasure. Thanks for joining. If you don't have any more questions, I think we'll just wrap it up here. We usually see each other. I see Mustafa overseas on international education fairs. Usually that happens in Turkey. We are both from Turkey. Our background is Turkish, so we see each other overseas. Then we see each other here in Canada. So it was great to see him again here, have him on our live webinar. So thank you again. We talked about Georgian College and its programs, and how you can easily transition from our EP program, our pathway program, to Georgian College. If you guys have any questions, you can ask them now, or my friend Jem will share our website, our landing page. You can reach us from our website. You can email us. We speak your language. We speak almost all the languages. Our student advisors and marketers speak your language, so you can even send us an email in your own native language. So it was great to have all of you again. We'll be live again tomorrow, actually, same time, 6 p.m. Vancouver time, with Vancouver Film School. And our live sessions will continue on next week and week after with more partners. So, Jem, are you sharing our landing page quickly? There you go. There it is. And Barbara just says, thank you very much, Mustafa, for joining us. It's always a pleasure to have you and Georgian College.